Good evening and welcome to Match of the Day for the FA Cup semi-finals. We shall bring you the story behind the Manchester United-Liverpool game with an honest assessment of the match from manager Joe Fagan. That's tonight's pudding. But first, the main course, a football feast on its own, provided by Everton, who started Match of the Day last week, and Luton Town, low in the First Division, but not in spirit, as you'll see. We join John Motson at Villa Park.
Holders Everton come out to make FA Cup history by appearing in their 20th semi-final, and they'll be welcomed by some 25,000 supporters from Merseyside. Villa Park, a massive blue and white, as Evertonians express their allegiance to the side hoping to win 3 trophies. Luton Town celebrated their centenary this week, and it's only their second semi-final in those 100 years. What a day for these players and for their supporters waiting to greet them. Some 18,000 have come to follow the Hatters, knowing they start as underdogs, but determined to enjoy the day, win or lose. Villa Park, a famous semi-final stadium, and 2 infectious characters in this match used to play their club football here. Steve Foster, a semi-finalist with Brighton 2 years ago, knows his chance of leading Luton out at Wembley could depend on how he suppresses Andy Gray. Like Foster, back from injury today and scorer of 9 goals in his last 10 games. Gray and number 11 Kevin Sheedy return to the Everton side, with Harper and Richardson making way for them. It's Everton's 50th match of the season. That defence has already kept 25 clean sheets, and it includes number 3 Pat Vanden Hauwe, a former Birmingham colleague, curiously, of Luton's number 9 Mick Harford, who scored 6 goals in the last 4 games. Luton field the team which beat Millwall in the 6th round, which means Gary Parker gets the number 11 shirt, and he's the youngest player in this semi-final. He and number 2 Tim Breaker are both 19. The late Bill Shankly used to say that the semi-final was the most compelling day on the English football calendar, and whether you're a supporter, a player, a commentator, or even a referee, it's a marvellous occasion to be involved. And John Martin of Alton in Hampshire takes charge of an FA Cup semi-final for the first time. Luton Town in white, playing from right to left in the first half. Sunshine now after showers previously. Here's Breaker. Ricky Hill. Number 11 is Parker. Breaker goes forward straight away from right back. Came off Vanden Hauwe. Turner. Trying to find Steen. Bit of a shove, was it by Steen? Apparently not. Referee was happy. He held off Gary Stevens there, did Steen. Shot went over. Was Gray to Stephen. Offside against Sharp. Adrian Heath on the Everton bench there, second from the left as we look. Had an unlucky season out, or nearly a season, with injury. Donaghy with the kick. Is Turner. And Nwajobi after a mistake by Stevens. And Everton looked jittery. Reid got in difficulties first of all. Harford threatened. Stevens made an awful hash of it. Missed kicking. And then Nwajobi sent his shot across the goal. It was a let-off for the holders. Foster was penalised. Ratcliffe taking it. Mountfield coming in. Sheedy, but only to Steen. Sheedy again. Joby. He's trying to take them on, Harford, and Rajobi's in here. He's still in. Oh, blocked by Gary Stevens, nearly on the line. Rajobi can't believe it. He was past the goalkeeper. And Stevens saves Everton. Thomas. Harford on the far side, and here's Hill, and now it's Parker, and Steen's coming in, and Stevens concedes the corner this time. What a dramatic moment in the 6-yard box, and Gary Stevens the only reason why Luton are not in front. Parker with the corner. Header out that actually by Pat van den Hauwe, but there was already a foul. And the buzz going round the ground because Rajobi has already given Everton 2 uncomfortable moments, and on that occasion he not only got through, he bustled his way past Southall as well. Perhaps he'll look back and think he should have finished it better, but Gary Stevens had the time to get back and make the important clearance. Here's Rajobi. And still. Well taken by Southall as Harford came in. Rajobi's cross. Ricky Hill. That's Parker. What a superb effort. This lad made the important goal in the 5th round. Won't be 20 until September, and he's got a good appreciation of the game. Thought he might catch Southall out there, didn't he? Just too high. There's freedom on the left here for Sheedy. Gray and Sharp are coming in. Foster's header. Sharp. Dangerous. Well played by Sharp. Foster pleased to see the danger averted eventually by Thomas. Van den Hauwe and Sharp are in the near post vicinity. And it was hooked away by Turner. Here's Ratcliffe. Van den Hauwe is still forward, and here's Sharp. Thomas saw the danger. Smart defending that by the left back. Kendall, the Everton manager, and Sir John Moores alongside him. Reed. Stephen. Sharp. Donaghy. And Bracewell beat Hill, and here's Sheedy. Gray's unmarked on the far side, and was appealing to Sheedy to cross it. He had his hands in the air, Andy Gray. Although from Sheedy's angle it might not have seemed so obvious. Harford. Ratcliffe. Breaker got the ball away from Sheedy. And also a free kick as the rain comes tippling down again. It's made the pitch pretty sticky in the centre. Foster's in there, and Andy Gray was back defending, but there was a free kick given to Everton anyway, which Mick Harford contested fiercely with the referee. And indeed is still being lectured for that dissent. Can they stay onside? Well, Donaghy was flattened as he released the ball. That's a free kick. Kevin Ratcliffe was the offender, and the ball had gone. John Martin will just have a word, I'm sure, there. Yes, he did. 10 minutes left in the first half. No score. Foster waiting to come in from the far side. They want Andy Gray 10 yards away. That was Foster, that was Harford, and it was Stevens. He's had to make some timely clearances, Gary Stevens, notably the one from very near the goal line. Here's Turner. Steen. Turner again. Rajovi! 3 times now he's been close. A good cross from Wayne Turner. Rajovi with the header and Southall with the save. But when Luton look back on the first half, 3 opportunities of one sort or another have come the way of Mecca Nwajobi. Steen. Hill. Looks for Parker. Harford's there. And here's Hill. Ricky Hill! Beautifully taken. And Luton deserve their lead. Credit first of all to Harford for unsettling the defence. Then to Steen, actually, for holding one of the defenders off. But when it came out to Ricky Hill, that shot was unstoppable. And after 37 minutes, the underdogs are in front. And the man who was twice capped for England, and whose form took a dip earlier this season, but whose class David Pleat felt could be a major factor, has put Luton in front. So often David Pleat has said that when Ricky Hill plays well, Luton are all the better for it. A different side in many ways. But here's Sharp for Everton. Well, they're looking for the instant reply. Gray, Vanden Hauwe. And Stevens. And Hill now to Steen. And Andy Gray is offside. Well, what a spectacular goal. Ricky Hill, 26 now, but in the Luton team since he was 17. And he's sent those fans into raptures, certainly at this stage of the match, with a fine shot. Ray answers the referee. Sheedy, Vanden Hauwe. Oof. Bracewell. That was a very high challenge. And Sharp's flick, and Stephen, yes he did, and a good save by Seeley. Sharp flicked it on, Stephen with the shot, and Seeley had to get down to make a good one-handed save. And the whistle goes for half-time, with the favourites a goal down, but close to an equaliser. The man whose goal put Luton in front, Ricky Hill. Gary Stevens had earlier knocked one away, which looked like going in for Nwajobi, but that lively attacking play meant that the underdogs, Luton Town, just deserved their half-time lead. Everton had played 13 FA Cup ties without defeat today, and it is Saturday the 13th. I just wonder whether Luton feel luck was on their side from the start. Here's Bracewell, and now Steen. It was Turner who blocked. And again. Gary Stevens who went in. Free kick. Turner's cross. That's Parker. Luton's only previous appearance in the FA Cup semi-finals, and indeed in the final itself, was in 1959. They beat Norwich in a semi-final replay not far from here at Birmingham City's ground, and lost in the final to Nottingham Forest. Here's Donaghy. This is Van den Houw. Sheedy. Sharp. Foul by Foster. He's walking a bit of a tightrope again, Steve Foster, with disciplinary points, although not many of them since he's been with Luton. Mountfield is forward for the kick. That was Mountfield, and that's Sheedy, and here's Bracewell. He hit the post. A fine effort by Paul Bracewell. Steen for Luton. Oh, Nwajobi, Mountfield fell over. Nwajobi's got one to his left and one to his right. Didn't quite find Turner, but here's Thomas. Offside up. Flag up there anyway, but at the other end, Everton so close to the equaliser. Mountfield was a threat. Sheedy drove it low. It came to Bracewell, and that shot rebounded off the upper half of the post. Kendall, who was beaten on this ground as a player in a semi-final back in 1969 against Manchester City, when with Everton, he's come down to the bench for the second half. Here's Hill. Oh, nicely round Ratcliffe, and the break on the right for Luton is by Gary Parker. Steen's in the centre, and there are others joining him. Still Parker, and Harford, and it's Hill again. Good save by Southall. A terrific stop. How important might that be? Stephen for Everton. Stevens. Here's Ratcliffe. Sheedy again on the left. And this is Bracewell. Again, a good build-up by Luton. And when Ricky Hill threatened to get his second goal, Southall, going down to his left, made a magnificent save to keep it out. Hill. Thomas to Nwajobi. That's an intelligent ball to Parker. Steen is free on the right. And again there are three waiting. Ratcliffe, Southall scooped it away from Harford, who was coming in. Another good tackle by Foster. Harford. Oh, Ratcliffe. Mistake, this is Steen. And Harford! And Luton again having a good spell here. Thomas. This is Turner, and it was Stevens. Luton chasing the second goal. Nwajobi. Turner. Parker. Good challenge by Ratcliffe. Donaghy. And again. Offside. Steen. Just a moment ago, Brian Steen's skill and persistence set up a shooting chance for Mick Harford and forced another save out of Southall. Kick taken by Ratcliffe. Up goes Gray. Stephen. And now Stevens. Bracewell. Got the cross in, and Andy Gray foiled by Steve Foster. Just the man-to-man combat we thought before the match would prove significant. Two fine headers of the ball there, and Foster won out. Stephen with the corner. Gray's there again, but it went straight through to Seeley. Thought for Howard Kendall, but it's funny how emotions are contrasting. Steve Foster just turned to the Luton fans behind the left-hand goal and said, let's have some more support. Bracewell. Sheedy. Well, that left-hand side where Everton have done so well this season will have to produce something now. This is Gray. And Foster comes to meet him. Steen needing to take... Oof, that's Van den Hauwe. Took Steen high and late and must be booked. Well, they know they're close to Wembley. David Pleat and David Evans. Nwajobi. Hill. Oh, he's fouled by Ratcliffe. Referee played an advantage which may or may not accrue. Thanks to Turner. That would bit unlucky there, Luton. The free kick should really have gone the other way, but he thought they had possession, and then Turner conceded one. 5 minutes to go. Harford and Foster are up together, and they've been penalised. Now Everton have got a chance to produce something here 5 minutes from the end, and it was 5 minutes from the end that they equalised against Ipswich, remember, or thereabouts. Is Sheedy going to curl one? He drove one. It's there! Sheedy! Everton have equalised. Just under 5 minutes from the end. Kevin Sheedy with his left foot found the bottom corner, and Luton, who must have felt they were at the gates of Wembley, have suddenly been dragged back. Howard Kendall and his team are off the hook again. An extra time beckons. Listen now to the Evertonians. Everton supporters have taken over again. David, please come downstairs, because he may have to do a terrific psychological job lifting his team again now if we're going to have extra time. Reed. Sharp to Gray. Sharp. Outside him is Stephen. Foster stretching and concedes the corner in stoppage time. Sheedy with the kick. What a volley by Gary Stevens. The bench thought that was going in. Well, the relief down there must be enormous. They could have won it then. Time, and the score is 1-1. Everton came back in the end from Ricky Hill's goal to save themselves with Kevin Sheedy's free kick less than 5 minutes from time. So their dream of the treble, of retaining the FA Cup, is still alive, and Luton are the team who've got to pick themselves up again now, because they will feel that they were so close, and the frustration as against the elation of the Everton camp must be for Foster and company quite distressing.
I like an eyeball, I like a square cut, I like a funny car, I like a monster truck. Color flopping, I'm funding stomach. Cocoa mop, I stop nothing, plummet. One on top, if I eat the crocodile.
House of Fraser are taking up to 25% off thousands of items. So get down to the Big Brand Spectacular tomorrow before everything goes.
Fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my thing. I want to get into it, man, you know. Like a sex machine, man. Moving, doing it, you know. Can I count it off? 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up, get machine. Get on up.
Do you have a thing for coffee? Then we have a thing for you. New Nescafe Dolce Gusto.
Announcing the new triple CD from Classic FM, the Classic FM Most Wanted. The Classic FM Most Wanted. 30 favourite classical tracks from the world's greatest artists. The Classic FM Most Wanted. The essential must-have collection. The Classic FM Most Wanted. New on 3 CDs. Out now.
You can have an inexpensive Christmas. A more relaxing Christmas. A bigger family Christmas. Because not only is every sofa and corner group in the DFS Winter Collection half price, but it's guaranteed to be in your home in time for a comfy Christmas. There's 4 years free credit and nothing to pay for the first year. Think new sofa for Christmas. Think DFS.
I'm on the rocky road, heading down off the mountain slope. And as my steps echo, echo, louder than before.
Get everyone pay-as-you-go. Just 12p per minute to any network. So nothing will come between you and your friends this Christmas. T-Mobile. Simply closer.
W.H. Smith, by any chart DVD like the very funny Jethro in the Madhouse, or the very funny Family Guy Season 5, or the very funny Catherine Tate Show Series 2. And get the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift for just $9.99. A very serious offer. Spectacular offers. Think W.H. Smith.
Whatever else is happening in the world, you can be sure it's snowing somewhere. And Warren Miller, the king of extreme filmmaking, is probably there.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
It's Miller time on ESPN Classic. More than just a sport, it's a way of life. Saturday at 7.
Extra time in the semi-final, but if one feels Everton finished the 90 minutes on a high, one also has to say that they did play a midweek match in Munich, and if it's a question of who's got the legs, well, Luton may feel their fitness is at least equal, if not superior. We shall see. The FA Cup, always a competition designed to spring a surprise when you least expect it. And the Everton supporters grateful for that today. Racewell, wide to Sheedy. Racewell again. And Howe, good run by the left back. Great run. And Gray, off the line! Now Donaghy makes the clearance that keeps Luton in it. Andy Gray might have felt he could have got a better shot in because Vanden Howe set that up superbly. There was a bit of a dummy on the near post and Gray's shot kicked away by Donaghy. So, goal line clearance at both ends now. A free kick to Everton though, and they're still looking menacing. Mountfield is forward again. And here's Reed. And Howe. The last minute of the first period of extra time. Gray looks dangerous again. Reed is coming in. It's Reed! Great save by Seeley! And Reed has held his head. What a save that they'll appreciate. But what a good move too by Everton. Andy Gray set it up. He looked so busy there coming short. He put Reed in, and Reed was going for glory there until Seeley came out and blocked him. The end of the first period of extra time, and surely Luton now will use David Moss. They have Donaghy to thank for a goal line clearance. They have Seeley to thank for a fine save from Reed. And he's determined the others will not relax. And the substitution sees Harford go off and David Moss come on. David Moss, the 33-year-old who's given Luton such good service. So if we're not to have another match here at Villa Park next Wednesday, which is the scheduled replay date and venue, then we must have it settled in the next 15 minutes. Luton playing now from left to right, with Moss on for Harford. The Luton midfield just hasn't got hold of the game since Everton scored. This is Reed. He has. Foul by Steen. So, 4 minutes from the end of extra time, Everton have another free kick. Sheedy curls it, Mountfield's there, and it's a goal! Derek Mountfield! And the free kick does the trick again, and Everton, the holders, are in front for the first time. Kevin Sheedy curled the kick. Derek Mountfield came in for the header. It's his 10th goal of the season, the big centre-half. And it's by far the sweetest for him and for the Evertonians. So, Everton, who saved themselves 5 minutes from the end of normal time, now take the lead 5 minutes from the end of extra time. And Kevin Sheedy's free kicks were responsible on each occasion. Are Everton going back to Wembley after all? Are Luton beaten now? Moss. A semi-final which swayed first one way against those Evertonians, but now is very firmly in their grasp. But Luton have a corner. And foul on Southall. Andy Gray just squaring up a bit to Thomas there. It's certainly very tense now. The afternoon has gone sour for Luton. But the noise around the ground, sweet music to the ears of the Everton players. Steen is in there. Steen! Oh, it was a chance! It was a chance for Luton. The first they've had for a long, long time. Just under 3 minutes remaining when that happened. But look at this celebration. And look at that disappointment. Bracewell. Vanden Hauwe to Gray. And there it is. Everton are through to their second successive FA Cup final. The holders come from behind to win in extra time, thanks to Derek Mountfield's goal. 21 games unbeaten now, still chasing the treble. Everton, at the end of a hard week, can celebrate again. Disappointment for Luton Town, elation for Everton. They only equalised 5 minutes from the end of normal time, and they won the match 5 minutes from the end of extra time. Sheedy's free kick's the key, after Luton had played so well earlier in the match and led for an awful long time. So a semi-final which looked as though it might go the way of the underdogs, but in the end, after a most exciting afternoon at Villa Park, in which players and supporters did themselves proud, went the way of the favourites. And still, the question is who can stop Everton? They win here by 2 goals to 1 and go through to defend the FA Cup at Wembley on May the 18th.
Well, I, for one, don't begrudge Everton a moment of their glory at Wembley. It's a pleasure to see them doing so well, especially in Europe. But I'm sure most of us would sympathise with Luton, having early on outplayed Everton, who woke up like a sleeping giant and snatched that precious prize away from them. Complaints about referee John Martin's award of the fatal free kick have turned out to be unfounded, although those who might have had a similar view to that of our remote camera would not have seen the offence. Foster and Harford have their eyes clearly on the ball, and it appears jumped fairly. However, if we take the normal angle and slow the free kick down again, you'll see from the same angle as the referee as it happens, Foster's incriminating arm descending on Mountfield's shoulder. So Everton go to Wembley for what in simpler days would have been termed an all-Lancashire Cup final, as Manchester United or Liverpool will oppose them. And we shall hear Everton's heroes' thoughts on today and tomorrow before the programme ends, along with the news. But first, a reaction from Liverpool's manager Joe Fagan concerning the other semi-final from Goodison Park between Liverpool and Manchester United, which ended in a 2-2 draw after extra time.
Joe, I think Liverpool would be happier with the result than Manchester United.
How frank can you be? You're quite right. Because, to be quite honest, I was confused. Let me be honest about it. I was confused. I was confused because I thought Manchester United were the better side. And we've scored 2 goals that I honestly didn't expect today. The way we were playing, the way we played. We didn't play well at all, from my point of view, and yet we scored 2, and now we've got another bite of the cherry.
The linesman put his flag up on the far side before Rush headed back and Walsh got the late equaliser. They will complain that the referee didn't see it.
Well, quite honestly, I didn't see it. Now, I'm being truthful. I didn't see it. I think Ronnie Morton said to me the linesman had his flag up, but I didn't notice it because I tell you why, I didn't expect us to score. I didn't, honestly.
What was wrong with Liverpool today, then?
I don't know. This is one of these games that's we seem to not have that little bit of devil in us, spirit in us today, and as I say, we were rather fortunate to get away with it.
Doing me out of a job is Joe, with that gentle but brutally honest view of today's game. And to be fair, we interviewed Ron Atkinson too, who felt exactly the same as Joe, and they were both right. They go at it again on Wednesday. I must say, I'm not in line with the papers, who seem to have awarded United's first goal to Brian Robson. And in any team I've ever played in, Mark Hughes would have taken the credit. And what's more, I reckon Brian Robson's original shot might even have gone wide. Well, a final word on the Cup. Everton are now 6-5 on favourites to keep the trophy, with Liverpool and Manchester United both 11-4 against. And the Wembley final on May the 18th will set new record receipts for British football, with gate money exceeding £1 million for the first time. After being static for 3 years, the prices go up from £5 to £6 to stand and £20 to £23 for the best seats. We're now on to today's Cannon League action, where Spurs let it be known they're still contenders for the First Division title. They won 2-1 at Leicester today, but left it very late, with Mark Falco getting the winner in the last minute. Sheffield Wednesday also made up ground on the leaders with a 2-1 win at Ipswich. But they were somewhat lucky, with the winner coming after 68 minutes when a clearance hit Ipswich keeper Paul Cooper and rebounded into the net. Arsenal and Nottingham Forest, among clubs with European ambitions next season, picked up a point each from a 1-1 draw at Highbury. Gary Mills put Forest ahead after only 4 minutes, and Ian Allinson saved Arsenal with a goal 8 minutes from time. Well, all that leaves the top of Division 1 looking very much as it did this morning, with Everton still leading United by 4 points. Spurs, however, are now only a point behind United with a game in hand on them. And Sheffield Wednesday move up to 4th place, a point ahead of Liverpool and Southampton. At the bottom, Sunderland did themselves a power of good by winning 1-0 at Coventry. John Moore getting the goal, his first for the club, lifting them up 2 places, level on points with West Ham, who drew 1-1 with Chelsea this morning. More Wembley news. Congratulations to Wealdstone and Boston United from the Gola League on reaching the FA Trophy final to be played on May the 11th. On aggregate, Wealdstone beat Enfield, and Boston, going to Wembley for the first time, defeated Altrincham. Well, I'm off now to get my feet up and enjoy some late-night snooker on BBC Two. The Embassy World Professional Snooker Championship continues at 11:50, featuring 2 of the top-seeded players, Jimmy White and David Taylor. And meantime, let's rejoice with Everton and get that "we're going to Wembley" feeling with the BBC, I trust. Good night.
Many congratulations, Howard. Back to the FA Cup final for the 2nd year running.
Yeah, superb.
What were your views on the game?
Well, I didn't think we got going in the first half, but certainly after that, we played particularly well, I thought, and we looked the better side. But naturally, you know, you're 1-0 down, and the minutes are ticking away, and you wonder whether you're not going to get an equaliser. But when it came, I felt, going into extra time, that we were going to do it.
Kevin Sheedy only passed fit this morning after the ankle injury. Both the goals the result of his free kicks.
Well, I mean, he's a vital member to us. He's natural left-sided, and he's got tremendous quality. I mean, we all know what he can do with set pieces, and he's come up trumps today.
Now, tell me about the 2 free kicks, the one that brought the first goal and the one that brought the second.
Yes, I wasn't having the best of games myself, and thankfully we got a free kick on the edge of the box, and usually Gary Stevens hits them from there, but he didn't really fancy it, so I just got my head down and hit it, and thankfully it went in.
Was it one of those that you felt was going in from the minute you struck it, or were you a bit surprised?
Not really. I think I've hit better, but I think the keeper might have thought I was going to put it the other side, and he was a bit over that side too much, and it crept in the other corner.
He drove one. It's there! Sheedy!
Now, what about the winning goal, the one you made?
Yes, again, a free kick. It was a bit farther out, so I wasn't able to hit that one. So I just hit it in the hole, and Derek made a great run and stuck it away. He's got about 3 or 4 goals like that this season, so it was no fluke, really.
Sheedy curls it. Mountfield's there! It's a goal! Derek Mountfield!
Well, it's a nice shiner there on the right eye, Derek. How many injuries have you actually picked up?
Well, I've got bang on the nose, got the shiner, and I've got a bit of a sore knee, but when you win, it's worth it.
And what about the winning goal?
It's nice to score a goal, but to score the winner, it's a little bit special, and it's a tremendous feeling.
Your 10th of the season?
It's not bad. I was set to target of 5 by the boss before the season, and then he upped it to 10, and now I've reached that. He's probably going to double it again, knowing the boss. But it's nice to score goals.
5 minutes from the end, when Everton were losing 1-0, and you'd virtually gone and played centre-forward, hadn't you? Did you think it had gone then, your chance of going back to Wembley?
Yeah, it was looking a bit iffy. We started off terrible in the first half. We didn't get going at all, but second half we came and played a bit more. And then about 10 minutes to go, the boss said, go on, get up front. So I went up front, and I got challenged by 2 of their players, and we got a free kick, and then Kevin scored. So it's all started there.
So in fact, you played a part in both goals?
You could say that, yes. I think the second one was a more important one.
And finally, I mean, do the boys in there now think they can go on and win all 3?
I don't know. The atmosphere is tremendous in there. It was tremendous last season when we reached it, and again, it's an unbelievable feeling, and I'm just pleased for everyone, including the fans.
The fans turned it into a kind of carnival in extra time, didn't they?
Absolutely superb, absolutely superb. I mean, absolutely tremendous. I'm delighted for them again because they've waited a long time. We gave them something to shout about last season, and hopefully